Top of the morning to you, Andrews families. I hope you're having a great St. Patrick's Day. I figured, since it's St. Patrick's Day, why not dress up? It is my favorite holiday, and see what we can do today around the school. Well, I happened to walk in today and looked at our St. Patrick's Day tree, and what did I find in our pot of gold that was under the tree? Well, the best treasure you could find, of course, a great book. So, let's check it out. It's called St. Patrick's Day in the Morning by Eve Bunting. Jamie wakened early and remembered that it was St. Patrick's Day. He climbed carefully over his big brother Kevin and his big brother Sean. The stairs were cold on his bare feet. The kitchen was cold too, the fireplace full of dead ashes like chalk. Nell, the sheepdog, lay in the rocker. "Here, Nell." Jamie tried to snap his fingers the way Sean did. Nell uncurled himself from the cushions. Jamie sat in the warm spot where she'd slept. St. Patrick's Day in the morning. The green sashes were laid out on the table. The big one was his dad's, the next biggest was Sean's, and the next biggest was Kevin's. Their fringes were crushed with gold. But there was no sash for Jamie. "It's not fair, Nell," Jamie said. "I want to walk in the parade too. They say I'm too small and that I couldn't get to the top of Acorn Hill. But what do they know?" Doesn't sound like they were going to let him walk in the parade. Jamie slid off the chair. His mother's raincoat hung behind the door, so he put it on. He put on his dad's black hat and Sean's sash. He took Kevin's flute from the dresser. "Come on, Nell," Jamie said. Outside, the mountains were as green as cats' eyes. Clouds hung in tatters around their tops. "Heads up, chest out," Jamie said. "Follow me." I wonder what he's doing. They marched down the street. None of the chimneys were smoking yet. Milk bottles stood on the front steps, waiting to be let in. Kit Kelly's donkey put her head over her gate. "A happy St. Pat's to you, donkey dear," Jamie said. He lifted his hat the way his dad did to the ladies, probably like this. Kit Kelly's donkey curled her lip. "Silly donkey," Jamie said. "What do you know?" The sky was the color of Mother Pearl's brooch, the one she wore on Sundays. Jamie marched down the middle of Main Street, past the shuttered shops. Barney the baker was a white blur behind his window. There was a whiff of bread baking. Nell turned her head towards the smell and drooled. "Come on, Nell," Jamie said. Hubble the hen man trundled his wheelbarrow along the footpath. His eggs were piled in it, all brown and white. "Good morning to you," Jamie said. "I see your hens are laying well." "It's the sweet corn and the sweet talk I feed 'em," Hubble said. "Pick yourself an egg, Jamie." Jamie took a brown one off the top. It was still warm from the hen. "Happy St. Pat's," Jamie said, and lifted his hat. He put the eggs safe into his pocket. Jamie and Nell walked under the arches that spanned the street. Jamie wet the end of his flute with spit like Kevin did, and then he blew on it, and oh, the sounds he made. He puffed his cheek, his fingers danced across the wind holes. Nell howled and put her tail down. Silly Nell. What did she know? Mad old Miss Mulligan threw open her window and leaned out. "Save us all," she yelled. "It's a terrible noise you're making, Jamie Donovan." She banged her window shut. That mad old Miss Mulligan. What did she know? Miss Mulligan's big red rooster cock-a-doodled from the roof. He waddled, rattled, and Nell howled again. It was as good as a chorus to go with the music. Jamie was sorry that no one was up to hear but old man Miss Mulligan. It was a hard climb up Acorn Hill with all Jamie's breath going into the music. He'd better save his strength for the marching. He put the flute over his shoulder and stepped out. Miss Sims, up the halfway up sweet shop, leaned out the half door. "You're the early one," she said. "Come on in, Jamie. You could likely use some refreshments." Jamie's head came to the level of Miss Sims' counter. Bottles of ginger ale stood on it. When he looked through them, everywhere was orange. Miss Sims gave him a bottle all for himself. She gave him a bun with a cherry on top, too. Nell let her tongue hang out and begged nicely. Miss Sims threw her 2 jelly beans. Jamie ate his bun. He put the ginger ale bottle in his other pocket, the one that wasn't carrying the egg. It's probably a good idea. Here's a wee flag for you too, Miss Sims said. You can wave it later on at the parade. Jamie sniffled. Miss Sims was nice, but what did she know? Wasn't this the parade this very minute, with him in it? He took the flag anyway. Well, I have to be getting on, Miss Sims, he said. We've a brave bit still to go. Aye, Miss Sims said. You'll be saving a good place for yourselves for the watching. Jamie nodded. Come on, Nell. The flute was getting awful heavy on Jamie's shoulder. He held the flag out in front of him. It was a very small flag, but it felt heavy too. Don't be giving up now, Nell, Jamie puffed. We're nearly there. They turned the sweep of Acorn Hill, and there they were. Jamie stopped. Look, Neil. In front of them was the field where the bands would be on stage for the Irish dancing. There was a green ribbon around the platform to keep the people off. Jamie crept under it. He sat right in the middle of the stage, and Nell laid beside him. The sun was coming up. Jamie took the cap off his ginger ale and drank. He poured some in the hand for Nell. And all of them were saying, I was too small, he said. What do they know? The sun jumped up like a firecracker from behind the mountain. A happy St. Pat's to you, son, Jamie shouted. The words made a great shimmer of sound in the emptiness. Jamie pushed Nell's head from his knees and stood up. The last drop of ginger ale was gone from the bottle. He stuck the green and yellow flag in it. Then he put the bottle right in the middle of the stage. See, he told Nell, that means we were the first. We did it, no matter what they said. Now we can go on home. It was easy going down Acorn Hill. There was nothing to it at all. The town was waking up. Some of the chimneys were smoking, the milk bottles had been let in, but Jamie's own house was still asleep. He opened the back door. The clock tick-tocked. The turf ashes lay in their white drifts. Jamie took off his mother's coat. He set Hubble's egg on the table. He climbed in the rocker and Nell jumped beside him. He laid the flute across his knees and closed his eyes. Oh, the music he'd made. They'd not hear the likes of it all day. And wait till they saw the flag. The mystery of it, the wondering there'd be. There were feet coming down the stairs, but her eyes were too heavy to lift and look. Ouch, our Jamie, Kevin's voice was soft, sound asleep, and with the sash and flute and our dad's black hat. Are you sad now that you aren't big enough to walk in the parade? Jamie kept his eyes closed and smiled. Silly Kevin. What does he know? What a great book for this St. Patrick's Day. Remember, friends, you can do anything that you put your mind to, just like little Jamie. Everybody said he couldn't walk in the parade and make it to the top of the hill, but he was able to do it all by himself. And look at all the treasures he found along the way and the friends that he made. All right, friends. Well, I hope you have a fantastic St. Patrick's Day. Remember, you're all very lucky, and as my shirt says, I'm the luckiest principal ever. And that's because of you guys. I miss you all so much. I hope you have a fantastic day. And remember, keep checking back. I'll try to keep posting these videos every single day. Happy St. Patrick's Day.